G'day guys, John Chenga here. Welcome to another marathon training video. Now, today's video is another one back to the usual, which is a vlog which is going through my training for the week. Now, it's been a while since I've done one of these. It was the middle of summer the last time I did one of these, and now it's winter, and we've had the COVID lockdown for a while, which has reduced the options that we've had. Now, what we saw in January, I was about 11 weeks out from the Five Peaks Ultra, and by the end of the vlog it was 10 weeks out. Now this time around, the Five Peaks was postponed, so it's now 8 weeks out from Five Peaks, even though we've had quite a few months in between. So today's training, starting off with a 20k run. I'm doing that TRSA V4 series race. Still getting the points as we go, so 5 points for a long run, and been doing quite a few of these. But before I get into further in what we are doing for this week's training, just have a bit of a recap. What I got up to was kept building up the mileage. I was adding about 10k a week for a few weeks, and then I was still keeping good elevation, sort of aiming for a 3k elevation per week with that. So got up to sort of 140, 150, 160 k's. Then had the O'Halloran Hill trail race. Wasn't sure if I'd be ready by then, because I'd only been back into it for a couple months. It was good enough to win by a couple minutes, but I wasn't on fire. Just went fairly well. Now, it's busy on the track today. And it didn't take too much out of me. I managed to have a recovery week and then get back into it, build up to 160, 170 k's a week. It's a good solid training, and my long runs were going quite well as well. I was building up to 3-hour runs, up to 3.5 hours, at around about the same pace as what I'd run the Five Peaks at in 5 hours, and about the same elevation per kilometre on average. So I was getting in shape, and I probably would have been pretty good at the start of Five Peaks, even with the restrictions which came in a few weeks before. But like a lot of people, I struggled with the changes, had a few other things going on, so my training sort of got a bit inconsistent. Now, that may have been because of the V4 series, adding a fair bit of elevation to my runs, because there are some really tough ones in there, which are, 1,000 meters of elevation in 20k run, which is more than what the Five Peaks is. It's about 1,000 meters in about 25k. And I was still doing my interval training at the same time as I was running quite a bit of vert, so it did take its toll on me, and I ended up getting a bit run down. I wasn't able to do my interval sessions as well as what I usually would, so because I was just training on tired legs, and hey, thanks. And yeah, so I ended up because I was a bit run down, ended up with getting a little bit sick with sore mouth, only for a few days because I backed things off, but that was a sign that I've been just going a bit too hard for too long with my training. And at the same time, Trevor and I had a competition for doing Strava art, so I decided to just avoid the normal structured week and just do the artwork. Now with the Strava art, I started off with a seahorse around Sturt Gorge, put in a snapping turtle again around my local area. After that, every run was Strava art. I ended up with a marathon, and that was quite a tough and fast marathon. It was about 700 meters of elevation, and it was on roads, and so during the run I started to feel sore on my left shin, and afterwards was real sore, so I was worried that I'd given myself a stress fracture, and so I needed to take a couple of days off after that for getting in a few more different Strava art pictures. So that was pretty good fun. I really enjoyed doing that competition. Now, after that, the restrictions were lifted, so groups were able to do outdoor training again. So I started back doing my interval work. Got in a week of that, but then weekend I fell over doing one of the courses on the Cleveland. Like, I hit my knee pretty hard, got up, kept running. I was feeling pretty ordinary, but just kept running to try to get all the adrenaline out, and just finished the run. But then went to the shops after and realised my knee was very sore, and a few hours later it had actually swollen up, so there'd been some internal bleeding after the fall. A couple of days again off, and then I tried to get back into it, and it seemed to get worse with running. The more volume I did on it, the more achy it got, so I had to take a full week off to give it a chance to settle down. That's pretty much got me to this week. Did a week of training last week, so it's been 3 weeks since I fell on it. So yeah, a little bit different to what I had planned, which was through the COVID period to be steadily improving. It just turned out that I'd had a bit of a downtime, which I guess a lot of people did anyway. Realising there was no races, they would have backed off their training and changed it up a little bit anyway. But one person who hasn't changed their training has been Casey, and last week running reps I was about 100 metres behind, so hopefully this week I'm a bit closer, so let's do some reps. Okay, so that's a session done. It was different to what I expected. I was expecting, 1K or 1500s, 2K reps, but it was 400s. So first set was 6 400s on the 2-minute cycle. target pace about 75 seconds, and I think 77 was the first one, and then a little bit quicker after that. And then second set we were going to do a slow jog 200 after each 400. So set of 6 at a faster pace, target pace of 72s. Well, we started at that pace, and then I sort of blew up, ended up going slower, and by the 10th one I blew out to a 78. So that was too slow for me to continue really, and I was getting quite sore and very lactic. I'd be hitting the 300 meter mark, and boom, just very, big change in how the body was moving. So that big change in how the body was moving was the main reason. It wasn't so much the times a little bit slower. It was more that my muscles had fatigued enough that I just weren't really giving much, and that was, time to call it. Now, I know quite a few of you won't be able to relate to those times, but you can definitely relate to having time off, getting back into it. So I'd like to share my thoughts on what I think is a good strategy for that. You saw last night we had Sammy doing the camera work. He's out with stress fracture. Andrew usually runs reps with me, but he's had a month off with a hamstring, so he's running with the slower group. There's actually a fair few slower runners out there. They do the reps at about 4-minute pace, so a good group. It includes Casey's boyfriend, who's come out with the COVID restrictions, no footy training for him, so come out for running instead. But yeah, the strategy for getting back into it, you saw that I cut the session short, trying to get reasonably good quality. Pushing yourself out to do a big session when you first come back is a mistake, because you can end up really hurting yourself for a few weeks, take a long time to recover. So it's better to cut it short, just to give your body a chance to get over it. But yeah, the most important thing is just to actually make it out to the group. You can do your own training, but it's nothing compared to the specific work that you get done with the group. So that's my tip for getting back into it. Just if you've got someone else to run with, do that as soon as possible, because that will help your training so much. And I just had a look back at that video. It's quite funny. I had a fly catching my eye, and I was trying to run along and talk at the same time. But you might have noticed that, there's these little flies that you sort of run through whole swarms of them through the park as you go. Just finished the Wednesday run, an easy lap of the Blair Long course. So still trying to get those points in. The fact that I'd backed off the session a bit yesterday meant that I was able to do that run at a fairly comfortable pace, an hour 53 for the 20k, which is about the same time as Monday.
suckers. It's Groundhog Day! Get up and shake that hog out!
That's right, I'm doing another Blair Long course, getting the points of the series. There is another part of the competition, which is there's a points reward for the top 10 times at the end of the series on the leaderboard. So 10 points for first, down to 1 point for 10th place in the top 10. And it's been quite interesting being a live leaderboard. It's a bit like the F1 qualifying. So with the Cleveland Long course, I've done that with my teammate Jason. We did it as a fairly solid but conversational run, and the time was an hour 51. At that time it was pretty much the fastest on the leaderboard. Like, I think only 1 or 2 other people in the top 10 have broken 2 hours. As time's gone on, our time has been beaten by more people and in danger of falling out of the top 10. So the run where I fell over and hurt my knee, that was an hour 49. So I'd gone up a couple places, but yeah, I really want to get up to the top of the leaderboard again. Now the top 2 places are an hour 37. So yeah, I need to do my hot lap. So I've planned that for tomorrow, because what I'd like to be able to do hey guys, I'd like to be able to do more flat speed work to get myself in shape for that effort. So I'd like to be able to put it off for a couple of weeks. G'day. But it's forecast for rain on the weekend, so it's been a couple of weeks of dry in Adelaide, even though it's winter, and there's a very steep downhill track, Telegraph track, which is really dangerous when it gets wet. We did it the first time and Jason and I both fell over, so it'd be good to get it in before the rain comes. So it's kind of, again, like the Formula One, if they've got rain forecast for later in the session, see some people going out early to get in a good time before the rain settles in and makes the track slower. So I'm going to give that a crack tomorrow. Another easy 20k today. Prefer to do a lot less day before a hard effort, but focus is also on the points. Okay, so Cleveland Long course. I knew I had to do a similar performance to what I did for the O'Halloran Hill, because Travis, the guy who placed second in O'Halloran Hill, was one of the guys who'd done it now 37 for the course. I didn't run Pengana, I power walked it so I could leave a little bit, but I still really struggled. I had to dig really deep to maintain my momentum. But low 135, so top of the leaderboard. That's the goal completed for today. Another goal completed yesterday was did a mail out for the financial planning practice. But yeah, today heading up to Mount Remarkable. We're doing the walk. It's a light drizzle and yeah, no running today. Need to recover after the session yesterday. Okay, and to finish off with my Sunday run, I've driven back from up north, a few hours in the car, straight out of the car, now do an easy lap of the Cleveland Long course, getting some more points in. Fell behind yesterday, not getting a TRSA V4 Series race in. So yeah, didn't get the points yesterday, but that trip to Mount Remarkable was a great opportunity to do it. The kids might have school sport coming back soon, so not a real opportunity to get away through the other part of winter. And also I did it with my mum, and she retired about 6 months ago and isn't an athlete, you know, doesn't run at all, so it's quite an epic adventure. So someone with just general walking fitness able to do that that hike was quite impressive. And yeah, I like to include bits in these vlogs that can inspire you to improve your lifestyle. So that's my training done for the week. Got through the Cleveland Long Course, a bit of a slower run today. My legs are pretty sore, took it real easy. Got to get ready for reps again on Tuesday. I've been informed it's going to be 2k reps this time, so looking forward to that. 2 more weeks of the V4 series, so I'm about 50 points behind the lead, in second place, and I may drop to third if I don't keep up the points. So yeah, still plenty more of those long runs for me to do over the next couple of weeks, and then building up my long run distance to make sure I'm ready for 5 Peaks in 7 weeks time now. So hope you enjoyed it. See you next time. Now I was just about to do my final edit for the vlog, and I realised that 5 Peaks has been cancelled this year, so you'll have to subscribe, find out what my next goal is. Thanks for watching, see ya.